Good morning. Welcome to day 4. It's almost 7 o'clock. It's still raining. I guess this section I'm in didn't drain so well, or it's just because it's been raining all through the night. I've got water in the tent, so that's fun. I'm going to finish this coffee and then probably try to start to get moving here. It's going to be, I think, a little bit of a later start. Hopefully, the rain tapers off soon. All right, 7 o'clock. First looks outside. Doesn't look great right now, but at least the rain has kind of drizzled out. So the challenge will be to try and pack up my gear with the wet tent floor. You can see I'm kind of on the same thing, but the water has just pooled. Nothing you can do about that. So wish me luck. I want to keep my sleeping bag dry. That's the goal. This is where the mental game really comes into play. I got my sleeping bag packed and kept it dry, which is good. Now I'm going to try and get my backpack packed inside the tent and put the rain cover on to keep everything relatively dry. The rain has picked up again. Yeah, this is where mentally you kind of have to steel yourself for a day like today. It's always the worst when it's like this in the morning when you're trying to pack up. I can deal with the rain most any other time, but it really makes you consider your life choices. All right, it's about 7:15. I'm slowly getting everything broken down. I did decide to make myself another cup of coffee while I maneuver through this. The good thing is it's not like hypothermic cold. It's wet, but it's not like that 40-degree cold where it hits you in your bones. So that's a plus. Once I get moving, everything's going to be wet through the brush, but there's no getting around that. So the rain is like still coming down lightly, but nothing like it was. So that's a big plus. So yeah, I'm just going to keep on working on trying to get everything packed up inside the tent. I put my air mattress in like near the bottom, so I've got to get that wrapped up. That's like the only buffer between me and the water right now. So I'm going to be getting a lot wetter very soon, but there's no avoiding it. I'm going to be getting soaked soon anyway. So you're thinking about a Direttissima. It'll be fun. All right, we're making progress. Probably be on the trail by 8 o'clock or so. The rain has stopped, which has been very helpful. All right, the camera isn't working too great up here, but I'm taking a little video. I'm pretty sure that's the summit. If it would just stop raining, it wouldn't be so bad. This is the suffering part of the Direttissima. So actually I'm feeling pretty good. I just wish the rain would stop. I just got to keep moving so I don't get too cold. But I think we're almost close to number 3 on day 4, Mount Jefferson. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the camera to work again for a while, so just in case. Getting close. Day 4, number 3, Mount Jefferson. Woohoo. Okay, it's 9:15. That was not the summit from earlier. I still got a half mile to go. Hasn't been too bad. The wind makes it a bit chillier, but it hasn't been too windy until this point. All right, I'm finally out of the wind for a bit. It's around 10:30. About 10 a.m. I summited Jefferson. It was just too windy and raw to stop and take a video. I wanted to keep moving. So now I'm on Gulf side and heading to the junction with Adams. It's really not bad when the wind's not kicking up. So Hopefully that trend continues. Right on the verge of like putting on other layers, but like as long as I keep moving, I don't really need to. So we're gonna keep moving. Maybe I'll see you on the top of Adams. Depends on what it's like up there. Been on Gulf side for a while. Mount Adams coming into view. So I'll be going up that and then getting a little clearing over here on the auto road for Mount Washington. Still a bit raw with the wind, but with no rain, it's even better. There was one section on Gulf side, the wind was really whipping. I mean, I had to watch every footstep. So as I get up on Adams, it might be the same. I'll try and get some video up there, but it depends on how windy it is up there. All right, it's about 1:15. I'm working my way down Airline. Have just been battling the wind the whole time on this side of the mountain. I have a little reprieve here with some, but yeah, fighting this wind the whole way down takes a lot out of you. So, but day 4, peak number 4, Mount Adams, that feels good. I didn't know if I'd even be able to get Adams today just based on the weather. Yeah, once I get down to the hut, I'll have to evaluate whether I want to go for Madison today or do that in the morning. We'll see. Okay, I made it to the hut. It's time to decide if I'm going to go up and over Madison. Going up isn't so bad, but going down the other side, it is a slog. And I may be better off doing that with fresh legs and recovering from this wind today. So I'm going to think about it for a bit and we'll see. Man, it really is a dilemma making a decision here. I'd love to get Madison done and get down to the Osgood tent site, but in this wind, I know it's going to be a rough afternoon. If it just would even be clear skies and wind, I think I would be more inclined to do it. I'm going to think about it a little bit more, but now I'm thinking maybe I'll stay in this area tonight. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but I think I'll be less prone to injury if I do that. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. I'm about 4,800 feet, not too far from the hut. Every once in a while, the clouds will part and the sun will come out for a second, but it's never for long. Warming up with a hot chocolate. As soon as I stopped to set up camp, I was starting to get cold pretty quickly, so it's chilly up here. I need to replace the battery in my little thermostat. It feels like it's maybe in the high 40s, I don't know. And the wind also makes a difference. So yeah, and give you an idea what the weather was like, I saw and heard no one else today. So obviously I would not be up here if I wasn't in the middle of this project. But I think I made the right call once again, stopping earlier than I liked. Just because getting up to Madison and then getting over and going back down, you got to be careful on that section of trail. And it would have been a slow process, and I think I made the right call. So that's that. I would have liked to have gotten Madison today, but it just wasn't in the cards. So just going to recover here. Hopefully there'll be no more rain for a while. I can get like an earlier start tomorrow. That's the hope anyway. And yeah, we'll go from there. Check in a bit. I'm still warming up. All right, so this will probably be the recap. So mileage-wise, I really didn't go that far today, but effort-wise, it was a lot of effort today. Definitely a mentally challenging day with the wet tet and the rain to start, with the cloud cover, and then basically there were two sections of just really high winds. On Gulf side, when I got to Edmonds Cole to the junction with I guess it's Israel Ridge path to get up to Adams, super windy, really like was almost blowing me off my feet. Really had to watch every foot placement. And then when I got to the summit of Adams, coming down the other side on Airline, man, that wind coming up from Kings Ravine, it was just really, really strong. So fighting that the whole way down, making sure I had good footing. It's not like the best trail there, lots of big boulders and rocks, so just very slow going to be careful. So looking forward to hopefully an early start tomorrow and some bigger miles. We'll get at least one more mountain in. And is it wishful thinking to maybe think about two? We'll see. I don't want to get ahead of myself. It's very windy up here. I don't have a whole lot of a windbreak where I'm situated, so hopefully that won't be too much of an issue. But it's just been like this all day, just lots of wind. So I'm going to take it easy, and we'll see you in the morning. All right, one more update. So I was getting pretty chilly up here, so I was very curious about the temperature, so I took the time to go into my battery supply and found one of the little circle batteries and replaced it. Yeah, it's 41 in the tent. That is cold. If it was raining, it'd be miserable. So I think it's going to be a cold night up here. It just means it's going to be harder to get going in the morning, but as long as there's clear skies, just layer up and go. But yeah, I even had to put socks on, which I rarely have to do. So it's a bit chilly up here between the temperature and the wind.